Hey folks, this is Jeff Juarez. I'm president and CEO of Triumphant Combat Sports. On Saturday, March 13th in Rosarito, Mexico, we have our 10th edition, special edition of Triumphant Combat Sports Muay Thai series. The reason why it's special edition is we have 10 pro fights, not 5, not 6, but 10. We have our main event of the show would be our Glory standout, Richard Abraham versus American Muay Thai favorite, Eddie Abasolo. Two worlds clashing, two different types of styles clashing on one stage. What I wanted to do is do something special here. Instead of being that there's two different styles clashing together, having someone from my organization or the other organization representing a style, I wanted to get someone very special and appropriate to be able to get these two together and mesh and see what we can come up with. Someone who knows the sport on both the kickboxing side and on the Muay Thai side. We have Michael Corley, president of the USMF and owner of Heritage Muay Thai. He has a couple of Glory fighters, and again, like I said, he's the president of the USMF, the Muay Thai Federation. So without further ado, I'd like to get him on. Michael.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you a little bit. You've had already one of your fighters on the show, Jacob. How's everything going with that? How's he feeling, and what's going on?
Oh, he's good, man. We were excited to get some action, man. Everybody's been, sitting around and nothing on the books, and it's been a crazy time. But once we finally got the word, we were ready to jump on anything and any opponent. So it was a big blessing that you let us get on that card.
Yeah. And you know what was funny too is that once that happened, bro, the floodgates opened. I mean, we seem to have a good relationship with some Glory top brass, and so far a lot of the Glory fighters are starting to, or not starting, they've been hitting me up, but it'd be good to be able to merge these two worlds, as most people say. You know what I mean? There's not enough. There's not enough fights, you know what I mean, to keep either side busy. So why not merge these two worlds together, you know what I mean? And so what I wanted to do is try to get you to speak on both sides of each sport, and like maybe explain to the audience what's so special about this matchup between Abraham and Abasolo. And so what I'd like to do, like I said, I'm gonna step out of the picture, and hopefully you can pick their brains a little bit and make something happen.
I'm a big fan of this matchup. It's going to be good.
Cool. So without further ado, guys, go ahead. It's on you, bro. And I'm gonna be watching, listening.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw this at both of you here. A lot of people think this is a Muay Thai versus kickboxing type of thing, but people don't know. Richard, you've had Muay Thai experience. You fought in the new Lumpini Stadium. I remember back in the day. It's been a while since you fought Muay Thai. But do you see it as that, or do you still got those tools sharp? You still got the clinch and the elbows and all that good stuff?
Yeah. It was like I think about 6 years ago or 5 years ago was the last time I fought Muay Thai. That was the first American to fight in the new Lumpini Stadium, and my first passion was always Muay Thai. I've always loved to do it. Without elbows, it's just not as dangerous, not as fun. So man, I always train. I never stopped training that style. I mean, obviously, when we get closer to the fights, we stop using our elbows and we use more inside boxing. But this is like, I haven't been this excited in a while, just to step back in the ring. And not only that, against a very worthy opponent, a guy that likes to play the chess game. And that's where my heart's at. It's about playing that game at the highest level and mixing it up. So I'm super excited.
Awesome. Eddie, do you see this as a styles matchup of the forward kickboxer, or do you think Richard might have a different game plan for his Muay Thai?
I feel like I've watched his fights, and he's real adaptable. He's not just a forward fighter. He's won a lot of his matches with the pressure, but at the same time, I do know that he has the ability to, you know what I mean, not just be forward. So I'm prepared for everything and anything. I don't count out the fact that he's been fighting kickboxing. The way he makes his adjustments in his fights, I'm sure he'll make the adjustments in the camp. So I'm ready for everything, and I'm real excited for this fight as well because, yeah, man, just the way our both of our styles are, it could go any way.
Awesome. What do you both know about, what do you think about Triumphant? What do you know about the promotion Triumphant? Also maybe Rosarito too, you know, that's a big thing. What do you guys think about the promotion and everything?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, because we get to Mexico, and I heard it's by a beach. So, I mean,
yeah,
the view is everything, you know. Triumphant, I know they put on a lot of good shows. They're local, you know what I mean? Well, Jeff is local for the most part. I'm in around Sonoma, I believe. Is that right? Now, a couple of them live, and every time it was awesome.
So both of you guys are veterans, lots of fights, amateur, professionally. This being a title, does it change up anything in your training, or is it all just business as usual in the fight camp, Richard?
It's just, I mean, the title's just added, you know, cherry on the top. It's always about, at the end of the day, just fighting for me. I just love to fight, you know, and not get arrested. So it's always a very positive thing, especially against someone that trains. So, man, like, you know, I've watched Triumphant, especially their first show this year. I was super excited that they were actually putting on a show because obviously it's been a ghost town. And then, you know, just kind of reaching out and giving a feeler, and man, it's great. You know, Rosarito too, it's like literally on a beach, you know, Sinaloa Cartel area, in case we want to go trouble. You know, it's perfect. It's the perfect, my type of trip. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Eddie, what about you, man? Is it being a title way any different for you in your training or anything?
I feel like I'm in the same boat. The title is just extra because of the fact that I train for every fight like it's, for one, like it's my potential last fight because we never know what's going to happen in a fight. And two, we treat every fight like it's a championship fight anyways, you know? So that's just habit.
Cool. This is a crazy time right now with the COVID and gyms locked down and everything. Has this affected your training camps? Like, you know, with gym closures, has it affected stuff with, you know, getting your training partners together? Talk to me about if or any effects of COVID for you, Eddie.
No, not really. Not really.
Oh man, you're in California, man. You're doing some underground training, man. You're in the
Nah, but you know, I got a good team. I got a good group of people. No matter where we're at, fortunately, we're able to open up our own gym, Resistance Center, up in Pleasanton. So if you guys are ever in the area, check it out. But nah, man, my team, the people that have always helped me, like regardless of the laws or whatever, how public this is, but we get together and we get it in. We make sure we touch the key points. We make sure that they're keeping an eye on me and keeping me honest. And you know what I mean? Nothing has really changed. Same shit, different toilet.
Richard, anything with all this, you know, the gym closures and maybe some of your students not able to make it up there, your training partners, has this had any effect on your training camp at all?
First, congratulations, Eddie, on opening the gym. And
Yeah, you,
and
man.
no, not really, man. Like we don't. I'm not big on listening to dictators, you know. So I live in America, and
Yeah.
and we've always, like, since I started, we didn't have any high level striking ever really in Illinois, and you know, especially in this area. And I created my own little group like 10 years ago or whatever, and we just kind of been doing our own thing. You know, originally the original Maximus was in my basement, and we just had a very, you know, hardcore dedicated group of like 4 guys, and we always got our training in, and that led to me, you know, fighting in Thailand, Russia, Africa, Glory. So we've always, you know, had that high level training. Nothing's changed.
We touched on a little bit earlier. Eddie was talking about he's seen a little bit of tape on. Are you both, you know, you guys study a lot of tape? Do you focus a lot on the tape, or is it kind of like a glance over? Okay, he's right-handed. He likes to do this, or are you really in depth with your study? Richard, you can take that one if you.
Okay. No, I mean, I watched a little film. That's it. Like, I don't, man, when I was younger, when I was like an amateur, I used to study. I used to know I know what the guy's girlfriend name was. I know what beer he drank. I knew like what time he went to bed. Like, I was like one of those dudes that was just obsessed. And like, you know, at the end of the day, man, you got to just worry about what you do, and make sure you have more than one tool to adapt to that certain situation. Because if you don't, you're shit out of luck then. So it's not. I'm always just trying to bring the best version out of me, and have multiple tools if something doesn't work. So it's just, you know, I know Eddie's very, you know, silky smooth. You know, he plays around a lot, and he's very tricky, and that's what is so exciting to me, because I love, like, I don't have to hate people to fight them. Like, my best friends, we beat up each other all the time. I love just testing my skill against someone, like, and physically, you know, whatever, we get hurt. I'm not, that doesn't make me mad or upset or scare me. That's the thrill right there. That's just exciting. So.
Eddie, anything on the tape? And are you a big tape study guy? You just kind of glance at it, see it, or as you got your coaches looking more into it, or what's your take on that?
I check it out here and there. My coaches and my teammates, they watch more film than I do. But yeah, again, it's kind of similar to what Richard said. You never know what adjustments they're making during camp to fight you. So you can watch as much tape as you want, but none of those people that you're about to be opponent is fighting in those tapes. None of them are you. You know what I mean? They made the adjustments that they needed to make to beat that person. Who knows what adjustments are being made to fight me, you know? And vice versa. It's just like, okay, I'll see something, but there's been times where someone with a great low kick, just for example, so I'd spend the whole camp defending low kick, making sure low kicks, you know, I didn't get hit with none of them. By the time I got to the fight, apparently they made a different adjustment to fight me, because the whole time I was waiting for the low kick, I was getting touched with everything else. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a lesson learned on my part. Never know what adjustments they're making. So it's good to glance, but ultimately we won't know until we get in there.
Both of you gym owners, I can speak from my personal experience as a gym owner. It's a crazy lifestyle. It's, you know, I'm sure a lot of you, or both of you, work other gigs, other things to hustle up money. It's not just your one thing. Does that play a part into your training and everything, like being, because you also got people you're working with getting ready for fights. You have your students, you have your business side of it also that you're juggling. Does that play a part into your fighting career at this point? Or, you know, are you the same as when you were just a hungry fighter without being a gym owner? Richard.
Man, that just took some juggling. You know, I also engrave tombstones. That's my main business. That's where I make most of my money. Uh, and I've been doing that since I was like a kid. It's family business. So yeah, I've always been able to juggle that, and obviously opening up a gym and then having a bunch of fighters now and just a big ass family has definitely taken time to juggle all that. And I have always been pretty good at it for the most part to be able to realize, hey man, I need to train, I need to do this, and that becomes the main priority, and everything else does suffer for sure. When I fight, there's no doubt that my gym does suffer a little. Other things, you know, my attention is drawn away, but I've been able to focus just on the task at hand in the fight because that's where my heart's at. So I've been able to kind of juggle all those crazy things, but I still feel like that my attention and is extremely focused, and I still have managed to juggle it all and still stay disciplined on what I need to do.
As far as being a gym owner and being a fighter as well, when we first started, it took a while to get the routine of people, you know, looking at me for advice or attention, just me having to cater to more people. But it doesn't really make me suffer because I remember there was a time when I worked 2 hours away from the gym. I worked 2 hours away from the gym in an 8-hour shift. So after my 8-hour shift, I would drive 2 hours to the gym. Now I don't have to do none of that. I'm always at the gym. Even when I'm teaching, if I'm running class or teaching personals, my mind is always on fighting. So now, just through repetition and my mind consistently being on fighting, it's, in a way, it's a little bit more effortless because I don't have to worry about Kelly Moore paints or Walmart meat wall or, you know what I mean, just stuff like that. More of my focus is on the gym. But with that being said, every day is an adjustment. I have to make adjustments. Things pop up, you know what I mean, that we have to take care of, and just rolling with it. As fighters, the things that we do best is adjust. So in the ring and out the ring, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's no better or worse. It just is.
This has been a long time for both of you out of the ring. What's the longest you guys ever had? And do you feel, how have you felt in the past with the ring rust? Have you gone out in a fight and been like, oh shit, my footwork's off, this is a good thing you guys got a 5-round full rules Muay Thai fight. You can get, acclimated and whatnot. But do you guys ever have a ring rust in the past? Is this the longest you guys have ever had from a fight? Eddie, you could take that first.
I wouldn't necessarily call it ring rust. Probably just overthinking in one or two fights. The longest I've ever had was 2 years off. But my first fight back, it was one of the best fights I ever had. Only because I was training consistently, and I was able to keep my mind focused on getting in there and not let the lights, the crowd, or whatever, interfere with my goal. I feel it can be a factor. I feel like it cannot be. It just depends on how we go in there, what mentality we go in there with.
Richard.
Yeah.
This has been your longest gap, I would say, right?
Yeah. It's been about a year and a half.
And this is like, both of you, this is like, I would say, y'all's prime right now, and it sucks and everything, but have you had anything close to this, like the ring rust? Do you even think about it, or is it just another fight?
Oh man, honestly, I'm not. So like, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in I don't believe in addictions. I'm one of those people. Like, I don't choose to recognize certain things because when you recognize certain things, that means it could possibly happen to you. Like, people get a headache, they take Advil, right? That's just a thing. I don't take nothing. I don't do nothing like that. So I don't try to overthink stuff like that. I don't really believe in it, man. It's like Eddie was saying, it's about your mental state. We've been in there, we got fights. It's not our first time at the rodeo. It's just how you go in there and handle it mentally. And that's the thing. And if you're doing the sport and, especially at our level, I don't think it becomes as a factor because, I mean, realistically, what am I fighting like twice a year as it is? And like, so I probably got 6 months off, maybe 7 months, 8 months off at a time as it is. I mean, this is just a little longer. So I always train. I'm not always in this good a shape because I like to eat a lot of food, but it's definitely just a little different. Obviously, cleaned up my diet and stuff, but no, I don't really think it's going to be a factor.
Well, I could tell by listening to both of you guys. I don't know if the people listening at home, when they listen to this, these two are both mentally focused and strong fighters. And this is going to be a fight that's going to be awesome to watch. I'm really looking forward to it. Before I'm done with anything, both of y'all gym owners now. Richard, I've seen you at the tournaments. Eddie, congratulations on your thing. I hope to see you out there. I think that's the biggest thing for Muay Thai is that people of high-level fighters like yourselves staying in the sport, opening gyms, building fighters. I think that's how we grow USA Muay Thai. I think a lot of times the fighters, they get burned out with this and they're like, to hell with this. I'm gonna go do trucking or something, and it's really cool to see you guys in this. Is this for life for you, Richard? Do you see yourself, one day doing this as full time?
With the gym or
yeah, just the whole thing, just being a gym owner, coach.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I got my son, so I can't go too far. But honestly, man, the only thing that I'm terrible at and I love doing is fly fishing.
Okay.
So like my goal is like, I mean, like I'm 35 now, so like in 5 years, my goal would be like I want to open a couple more gyms, get a couple other things good with business, and honestly just kind of disappear with like a satellite phone and just try to fly fish, bro. But
You're gonna reappear at like the national tournaments, all like big and a fisherman's hat on.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. But no, I love the gym, man. Like, the cemetery is nice and all, but I love being in the gym. I love helping people. I love watching people grow and passing my knowledge. It's very rewarding and fulfilling. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually, this is like, as I've gotten older, and even though this whole whatever scamdemic thing, it's put a lot of perspective in my life and like kind of showed me kind of what I want out of life and what I need to appreciate more. So like I'm in a very good state of mind. I'm very happy with my current situation in life and where it's headed.
Eddie, how are you feeling? What are you seeing in the next 2 or 3 years? You're gonna obviously still be in this gym business. I don't know if you do this. This is like your full-time thing. Like you do like PTs and do all that. Like, is this Muay Thai's life, huh?
Yeah, right now it's a full-time thing. I mean, we got me and my wife. My wife is into a lot of stuff. She sells plants. You know what I mean? We do stocks. Like we do got money coming in from everywhere. But lucky for me, I'm not in this business by myself. I got three of my closest friends, John, Tim, and Darren, helping me out with this. So, thank God for that. You know what I mean? I'm not in this boat just rowing by myself. But who knows what I want to do tomorrow? You know what I mean? My passion could change. One thing I know that I'll never lose passion for is my kids. So regardless of where this goes, I know I'll just want to be involved in whatever they're into, because I know they're not all going to be into fighting like me, because there's times where they just don't feel like training, more times than not, because of Fortnite or something. But we plan on being in the gym for as long as we can, you know, maybe open up a couple more spots, and just wherever this journey takes us. All I want to do is be happy and whatever keeps me genuine, because I can make a lot of money, but it might take my mind someplace else to where I turn into someone that I don't like, you know. Whatever just keeps me genuine. And if it's here at the gym, if it's being around my kids, that's all that I really, that's where I want to be.
All right, so guys, last words here from me. You guys have anything you want to say? Your last thing? I know you got to give a shout out to the gym, give a shout out to your training partners, all that good stuff. Anything you want to say to all your followers and family, friends, everybody that's going to be watching the fight, that Triumphant 10, Eddie?
Yeah, first off, thank you to all my training partners, everyone here at the Resistance. We basically coach ourselves, you know what I mean? Whoever's got a fight coming up, we're helping each other. So thank God for this family, thank God for this gym. Thank you to my sponsors, and to the fans. Be ready, because after getting to know Abraham a little bit more, it feels like it's going to be more battle of the minds than it is going to be a physical battle, because I like to think I have a strong mind. Sounds like he has a very solid mind, you know, and it's going to be who I feel like that is what's going to make the fight. Not necessarily our physical attributes, but the way we think. So I feel like this is going to be a real good fight.
Definitely, definitely. Richard, what you got?
All right. First, man, I got to thank God, you know, without him, my ass would be out of here a long time ago. But you know, I want to definitely give a shout out to my sponsors, ACAL Apparel and Converge Technology Professionals, Overboard Marine Supply, you know, my gym, my team, my coaches, Ian Alexander, you know, Polar Bear, he's over at Fusion Fitness, and Chris Sycon, he's at the Cellar Gym in Minneapolis. And yeah, man, like, you know, I think Eddie, we met once, I can't remember where, maybe it was a lion fight we met, or the TBA, or I don't know. We had a brief conversation.
What lion fight?
Was lion fight? Yeah, we had a brief conversation. I always liked you. I was always a fan of you. You're a cool dude. I always got much respect for dads, especially good dads. Like, if you're a deadbeat dad, then fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, good dads and stuff like that. I got nothing but love for them, and I am just thrilled and excited to share the ring with you. And man, just go in there and just have some fun, you know. So we're all blessed, man. I thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. I'm looking forward to this fight. And I think, like I had said, and then Eddie touched on, man, it's something to see two minds, the strong minds. I think that is going to be the key. Who's going to impose the mind, you know? So it's going to be a great fight, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can slip out there and make it. I did a land crossing last time. It was pretty easy. I drove down to the border and just walked across. They didn't even check my passport or ID, so maybe I'll slip out there again and come check it out, man. I'm looking forward to it. If not, I'm going to buy the pay-per-view. Everybody should buy the pay-per-view. It's going to be an awesome fight.
Yo, Michael, thank you so much for doing that. Was an awesome, awesome interview, bro. When you hit when you hit it on the head about doing the full time or doing this for life, and that's exactly the kind of people I want on this show, is people that they're passionate about it, and you know, and like you said, there's some people that just want fame and, you know, and championships and all this and that, but, you know, just actually watching the back and forth between you, you knew exactly the right questions to ask, and it brought out a lot more about each of these fighters that I didn't know before. And I thought I knew a lot about each of them. You know, that's my job, you know, and trying to match folks. But that now it made it even more interesting and harder to cheer for either side, man. So thank you so much for that. Hey,
Thank
so
you.
Yeah, so one thing that I wanted to bring out, and I didn't want to try to do it in the beginning, but now that I got you all to myself, you just came out with a book, yeah?
Yeah, Muay Thai Grit,
Yeah,
Stories of an American Knack Muay with Matt Lucas helped me out with it.
yeah.
I think it came out last week, the 6th, or yeah, last week.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of that, I actually ordered it. I have it. I was gonna bring it here to the studio, but I was rushing. You know what I mean? Just so I can say, "Hey, here it is." You know. But yeah, I got it. I can't wait to read it. You know. And so I wanted to ask you a quick question just before I got into it myself and figured it out. Since I have you here, you know, what inspired you to write it?
I just want to tell the story of, American Muay Thai fighter that, gave it a try, went to Thailand, been all over the world fighting, being a gym owner, some of the stuff these guys touched on. And it's a grind, it's tough. And I got to fight some world champions. I got to beat some people, but I never became a world champion. And I think that's the story, is that you can still be involved in the game. You can still enjoy it. It'll help you with life. Is you don't have to be the world champion, just go and test yourself and take it as far as you can. And I feel that you should do that with anything you're passionate about, go all in and see where it goes. It's not one of those feel good stories where like, oh, I came from nothing and I was the champion. So
Yeah.
it's more of a real story. So that's kind of why I wanted to tell it, and, give my students my story, and give anybody that, comes to train with me my story. And, as a leader of USA Muay Thai, I want people to, see that I've done everything in this sport, and I'm here to give back to the sport. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you hit it right there. That led into this question is what kind of which audience are you trying to hit, and who do you think that will get the most out of reading the book?
I think Muay Thai, people that practice Muay Thai, definitely. And then, I think it'll really hit the demographic of people wanting to go to the next level. You really got to make sacrifices. Just like hearing these guys talk today was grit beyond. These guys have families. These guys juggling. Richard. Doing the engraving. Eddie, him and his wife. Doing all kinds of different projects. That's what it takes to be a Muay Thai fighter in America.
Yeah, that's grit. Yeah,
that's what it's about. There's nobody doing this as a fighter Muay Thai full time, living in America. So respect to those guys, and that's what it's about right there.
Yeah, just keep grinding and grinding and grinding and do
Yeah,
what you love.
so I want, appealing to these guys have a story. I have a story, and that's what is going to show these guys. Reading the book, if you want to take it to the next level, you're gonna have to do some drastic, heavy things. I guarantee these guys wrote out their daily schedule. It'd be full book of not an hour wasted.
Nice, nice. I'm sure you got a lot more than just this book. Because you seem to, like, again, you're not the president of the USA Muay Thai for nothing. You got a lot of experience, so I'm sure you got something else coming in the works. Something else, another one.
Yeah, I got some stuff. I want to tell a whole, like, maybe a fiction book based upon true stories about being a camp owner in Thailand. There's a lot of crazy stuff I left out in the book on that.
Yeah.
People in the Thailand and saying they're training Muay Thai, and then the whole thing of climbing up, building USA Muay Thai, bringing in team, bringing in all the experts from different fields, the best photographers, the best judges and referees, bringing everything together and making a team might be something down the road to talk about. I'm still not done. I got a lot of goals I want to do with USA Muay Thai, and
Cool.
Down the road, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So before we even get to that, let's talk about your book here. So how can people order it and get a book in their hands?
It's on Amazon. You can get it Kindle, and you can also get it's a paperback version. I think the Kindle is like 14 and paperback 17. So
yeah, I'm actually going to do the Kindle as well. But the reason why I brought the book is because I when I connect with you in person, I need you to give me a special signing
Oh
autograph
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
A little perk being a promoter, you know. Yeah. So before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to say? Shout out to anybody? No, anything that you want to say to anybody?
oh, man. I thank everybody for supporting USA Muay Thai. I want to thank all the people that help out with that, all of the referees, the judges, the board members, the executive people, everybody that helps make USA Muay Thai what it is, everybody that believes in the mission, where that's going. And then I want to thank yourself for letting me on here. I want to thank all my students at Heritage Muay Thai in Houston. And man, this is a great fight. You know, it's like after, I think Eddie said it, after talking to both of them, I'm more excited for the fight now. I'm more like, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I got more than what I was expecting out of this. You know, I was just looking to see, you know, I was actually looking forward to what questions you were going to ask. You know, and then and bro, you brought out more than what I was expecting to hear. But it's good shit, bro. Okay, folks, so there you have it. You know, we have a little bit of an idea of what both fighters are like, both Eddie Abasolo and Richard Abraham. You know, we end up, you know, we know what type of fighters we were expecting, and we actually got a lot more of knowing what makes them tick, what are their passions, what drives them, you know what I mean, to do what they do. So it becomes more of a story. It's not just saying, I like this guy, he's this kind of fighter, he's this kind of fighter here. Man, this is definitely worthy of a main event fight. And not to leave out any of the other fighters on there. Again, this is 10 pro fights on here. Every single one of them being headliner worthy or main event worthy. So it's a huge banger. There's 4 titles, pro titles on the card as well. So definitely don't miss this. This fight. If you can be there, be there. But if not, we did partner up with this new platform, or to us that is, they the same guys that brought you the what do you call it, the Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fight is the same guys that are hosting us for this show. The Fight TV. Go on any platform you want, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, the web. Download Fight TV, FITE. TV. Download that. Order the show. We do need you guys. You know what I mean? We as good as we're going right now. We need your help. We need to keep this growing in order to keep bringing you fights. We need your support. So if you guys can get your friends, show them what it's all about. Let's grow the sport. Let's grow the show. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you at the show. Peace.